her back. There's this pull with the step across that you'll give with your, you'll cue it with your heel. Okay, there it is. Now we'll try to get the front end to go on through, and it does, perfect. Now we'll take her rear end around again with a slight tug, a cue. Wasn't very good. We'll move her front end through. There we go. Now we'll move her to what I call a one-rein drive, and I'll show you how we can drive her in a square in the round pen. This is her first time being worked in a week or so, so she's not being very good, and that's probably a good thing for an instructional tape. Come on. We're going to drive her. Now push her eye. I'm going to push her eye. Try to get her to go in a straight line until we pull her. We'll pull her. Then we'll drive her in a straight line. Pull. Okay, if she wants to run off, we'll pull her around the faces. Pull her around the faces. Talk to her. Okay, then we'll drive her again from this side. And then we'll last for the turn. Push the rear end. Drive the eye. Last for the turn. Okay, she's going to trot, so we'll pull her on around. We'll try it again. Push the eye. And last for the turn. Slight push on the back, push the eye. Last for the turn. Not getting a very good square out of it, but you should get the idea. Ask for the turn, there we go. If you'll notice, I'm trying to stay right where I would be in relation to the horse if I were on the saddle. If I were on the saddle, I'd be right here. I wouldn't be way up here, and I wouldn't be way back here. So I try to stay right here in the middle of the horse's back to drive and to pull. And I'm going to take her all the way through. Push the front. There we go. Okay. We'll do the same thing. We'll bring her all the way through. This time I'm going to cue her on the hind quarter, bring her front end around, push her through. Okay, we're going to do the same thing. We'll cue her on the, we'll push her eye, cue her on the hind quarter. She didn't disengage at all right there. So we'll try it again. There's the cue for the disengagement. There she gave it. Work the front end around and keep her driving. Now she was weak on this side. She was weak on this side, so we'll try again for a hind quarter disengagement. She didn't do it at all. We'll try it again. There. There was a hind quarter disengagement. Wasn't very good. We'll try again. Okay. She's being lazy. She's throwing her ears back. She's being ornery. So we're going to escalate it just a little bit. I'm not going to be mean to her. I'm not going to hit her, but I'm going to escalate it. I'm going to get the point across that I want her to move and move right now. Okay, I moved her hindquarters and I pulled her face around. Okay, now what we want is for her to move her hindquarters and bring her face around on her own. So there it was. Didn't take any pull on her face at all. And that's an example of escalating it. I didn't hit her. I wasn't mean to her. But I escalated the pressure to make her understand that I'm serious about her moving that hind end around. That was twice, and I had to pull her face both times. So we're going to try it again without having to pull her face. Still had to pull her face. Try it again. That's a little better. A little bit better. This time I'm going to put a little pressure on her face. There. I put a tiny bit of pressure on her face before I asked her to move. She moved, and I didn't have to pull her front end at all. I don't feel like that those were very good examples at all of what we're looking for. Maybe you get the picture. Now I'm gonna show you how to have her follow the feel of the halter. If your horse won't let you toss the rope around it like this, you need to work on getting the rope around the horse first, and I'll show you that in a little bit. But I'm going to drop this behind her hindquarters. You have to be careful here because a lot of horses, when that rope drops right there, they're going to go that way as fast as they can run. They're going to go into an absolute panic. I had her conditioned to where she wouldn't do that. Now I'm going to ask her to follow the pull of that halter. And this is a pretty advanced move. To get a horse to do this is pretty advanced. But she took to it naturally the first time I ever messed with her. So, because she took to it naturally, I've stayed with it. I've asked her to do it. She does real well with it. What I do is I ask for whatever it is I'm going to ask for, and then I reward her. All I do is praise her. I pet her, talk to her, and praise her. Now we're going to ask her again to follow the feel. She's looking for the answer. A little more pull. A little more pull. Now I'm going to keep pressure on it. I'm going to keep pressure on the rope. Pull a little bit more. Now I'm going to cue her to move her feet. Okay. Now, did that cue for her to move her feet? Did it help or hurt? I don't have a clue, but she did what we were asking. Now,